You're not going to believe what happened. I swear, sometimes I just do things, and then I'm like, well, that escalated quickly. But honestly, I still don't regret it. Not even a little. I'm Savannah, by the way. 28. And this whole mess? It started because of him. My ex, Adam. The beginning of the end. Adam and we were together for, 5 years. A long time, right? We lived together, shared a car, even had this dumb little dog. Everyone thought we were perfect. Even me, for a while. He was fine. He had a good job, a steady paycheck. Not exactly exciting, but he paid the bills, you know? And he was pretty much obsessed with me. Always telling me how beautiful I was, how lucky he was. Made me feel good. But after a few years, it just got boring. Totally predictable. Every night was the same. Dinner, TV, bed. No surprises. And I'm not saying I need, fireworks every second, but a little excitement would be nice. I tried to talk to him about it. Adam, don't you think we should try new things? And he'd just look at me with those blank eyes, like I was speaking a foreign language. What do you mean, babe? Everything's great. So frustrating. He was the type to avoid conflict, always. Too nice guy to a fault. If I had an issue, he'd just nod and say, okay, babe, whatever you think is best. Never pushed back. Honestly, it was annoying. How can you even have a real conversation if the other person just agrees with everything? I needed someone with a little more fire. And then, he got this new hobby. Working on old cars in his garage. And suddenly, all his free time was spent out there, covered in grease, listening to loud music. And I was just there. Inside. Alone. Hello? Remember me? Your girlfriend? I tried to get him to hang out with me more. Adam, are you really going to spend another Saturday out there? And he'd say, just for a bit, babe. Gotta finish this. It was like he was choosing his dumb cars over me. So, I started spending more time with my friends. Going out. And that's when I met David. David was totally different. Exciting. Spontaneous. He actually listened when I talked, and he made me laugh. He was everything Adam wasn't. And yeah, things got a little blurry. Adam was oblivious, of course. Checked out as always. Too busy with his wrenches to notice anything. Eventually, I ended things with Adam. It wasn't easy, he cried and everything. Big, dramatic tears. And I was like, Adam, you're being dramatic. It's not that serious. I told him I just needed space, needed to find myself. Total lie, obviously, but what else was I supposed to say? I found someone better, and you're boring? No. He was devastated. Tried to win me back for weeks. Sent me flowers, kept calling. It was exhausting. I just wanted him to move on. Finally, I had to block his number. It was for the best, really. He needed to get a clue. The new girlfriend and the annoyance. I thought that was the end of it. My life was great with David. He treated me like a queen, took me out to fancy places, bought me nice things. We were always posting pictures on Facebook, showing off our amazing life. Validation seeking, maybe, but who cares? Everyone loved us. Then, about 6 months later, I heard through the grapevine that Adam had a new girlfriend. Some chick named Brittany. And she had a kid. A little girl, 7 years old. And I was like, seriously? Adam? With a kid? He always said he didn't want kids. Another thing he lied about, I guess. At first, I didn't care. Whatever. He moved on. Good for him. But then, I started seeing them. In public. At the grocery store, at the park. And Brittany? She was plain. Like, really plain. Brown hair, sensible shoes. Nothing special. And the kid was always clinging to Adam, calling him daddy. It made my stomach churn. And then, the pictures started appearing on Adam's Facebook. Him and Brittany, all smiles, with the kid. Family day at the zoo. Our little princess. It was like he was trying to rub it in my face. After all the times I told him he was boring, now he's Mr. Family Man? It was infuriating. I scrolled through his feed, mentally tallying all the likes and comments. It was like he was comparison creator, trying to make me feel inadequate. Between us, it just felt wrong. Like, he was supposed to be miserable without me. Not happy. Not with some plain Jane and her kid. It was an insult. So, I started doing little things. Nothing big, just subtle digs. If I saw him at the grocery store, I'd make a big show of laughing with David, holding his hand, making sure Adam saw how happy I was. Public versus private persona, for sure. I was all smiles with David, but inside, I was burning. But it wasn't enough. He was still happy. Still posting pictures. Still living his life like I never existed. And that's when I realized, this Brittany chick? She was the problem. If she wasn't around, Adam would probably realize how much he missed me. He'd come crawling back. I just needed to get rid of her. The plan takes shape. I started brainstorming. How do you get rid of a girlfriend? Especially one with a kid? Can't just tell her to leave. She'd probably just laugh. I needed something effective. Something that would make her run for the hills. I thought about faking a text from Adam, saying terrible things about her. But she'd probably show him, and he'd know it wasn't him. Too risky. Then, I thought about telling her he was cheating. But I had no proof, and again, she might just confront him, and he'd deny it. Then, it hit me. Like a bolt of lightning. Weaponized insecurities. Adam always had this thing about his temper. When we were together, he'd sometimes get really frustrated, throw things. Nothing at me, just, like, a remote or something. And I'd always make a big deal out of it. Adam, you're scaring me. You need to control yourself. He'd always apologize, say he was working on it. So, I knew it was a sensitive spot for him. And he had a kid now. What's the worst thing you can accuse a parent of? Abuse. And with his temper issues? Perfect. I started doing some research. How to report abuse. It was surprisingly easy. Anonymous tips. You just call a number, say what you saw, and they investigate. No names, no questions asked. Seemed foolproof. The idea was simple. I'd make an anonymous tip to CPS, saying I saw Adam yelling at the kid, maybe even, like, pushing her. Nothing too crazy, just enough to get them to investigate. Brittany would see Adam's true colors. She'd freak out. She'd leave him. And then, Adam would be alone. And he'd come back to me. Future faker, probably, but it felt right at the time. I practiced what I would say. Made it sound believable. Like I was a concerned neighbor who just happened to overhear something. I even thought about what clothes to wear when I made the call, like that would somehow make it more convincing. Stupid, I know, but I was in a zone. The day I decided to do it, my hands were shaking. I was nervous, but also, excited. This was it. The solution. I found a payphone, because I didn't want it traced to my cell. Made the call. Spoke in a low voice, distorted it a little, like I had a cold. I'm calling about Adam. He lives at, address. I heard him yelling at his stepdaughter, saw him push her. It looked bad. I'm worried. Hung up. And just walked away. Like nothing happened. I felt a rush. Like a little adrenaline hit. It was done. Now, just wait. The unexpected fallout. Days turned into a week. I was checking Adam's Facebook every day. Waiting for the "it's complicated" status. Waiting for the signs of a breakup. Nothing. Still in a relationship. Still posting happy family photos. I was getting frustrated. Did it not work? Did they not investigate? Then, about 2 weeks later, I saw something. A post from Adam. Not a happy one. He was talking about difficult times and staying strong for his daughter. My heart skipped a beat. This was it. But it wasn't what I expected. The comments were different. People were sending him prayers and strength. And one comment, from a distant relative, said something about custody battles and fighting for what's right. Custody battles? That wasn't part of the plan. I started digging. Asked around. And the truth, when it finally came out, hit me like a ton of bricks. CPS did investigate. And because Adam had that history, that temper, even if it was just throwing a remote sometimes, it looked bad. They came to his house, spoke to Brittany, spoke to Adam. And somehow, they decided the situation was serious enough to take the kid. Yeah. You heard that right. They took his kid. Brittany's kid. Not forever, they said, but for now. Pending further investigation. Placed her with a foster family. I was stunned. Like, literally couldn't process it. My plan was to get Brittany to leave him. Not for them to take the kid. That was way too much. Moving goalposts, totally. This wasn't what I signed up for. Adam's Facebook blew up. Not with breakup announcements, but with outrage. Friends, family, everyone was rallying around him. They were furious at CPS. And Adam? He was a mess. Posts about how much he missed his daughter, how unfair it was. Pictures of him holding her when she was little, crying emojis. It was sickening. And Brittany? She didn't leave him. She was, like, his rock. They were fighting this together. Going to court, meeting with lawyers. Like, they were a united front. My plan had completely backfired. Instead of breaking them up, it had made them stronger. Relationship hostage taker, that's what I tried to be, but it blew up in my face. The unraveling. I tried to distance myself. Acted like I knew nothing. But then, people started asking me. Savannah, you used to be with Adam, right? Do you know anything about this? He's so upset. And I just had to be like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. I can't believe it. Public persona on point, but inside, I was panicking. The tension started to mount. Adam was fighting tooth and nail to get the kid back. And Brittany was right there with him. They were like a force. And the more they fought, the more people sympathized with them. And the more I felt like everyone was looking at me. Like they knew. My own life started to get messy. David and we were having problems. He started asking me about my past, about Adam. You seem really invested in his drama, Savannah. And I'd get defensive. Double standards. I demanded transparency from him, but got all huffy when he questioned me. What do you mean? I'm just worried about him. He's my ex, I still care. Total lie. He also noticed I was spending a lot of time on Adam's Facebook. And he started to accuse me of being jealous. Which, okay, maybe a little. But it was more about the principle of it. Adam shouldn't be happy. Then, David and I had a huge fight. He said I was manipulative, that I always made everything about myself. He said I was a gaslighting expert, making him question his own perceptions. And he was right. I was. But I wasn't going to admit that to him. I just cried. Emotional manipulation. And he just looked at me, totally burnt out. He was exhausted. He eventually broke up with me. Said he couldn't deal with the drama anymore. That I was too much. And honestly, I was shocked. He was supposed to be my perfect guy. My escape from Adam. And now he was gone too. So, I'm alone. My friends? They started to distance themselves. I guess they saw it too. The jealousy. The bitterness. The constant negativity. When I'd try to talk about Adam, they'd just change the subject. Like I was poison. Then, the rumors started about me. That I was obsessed with Adam. That I couldn't let go. That I was crazy. And I knew it was all connected to what I did. The anonymous tip. It was like a giant boomerang. Karmic justice. The ultimate blow came a few months later. Adam got his daughter back. After months of court battles, therapy, home visits, he proved that he was a good parent. And Brittany? They got engaged. Like a big, public engagement on Facebook. With pictures of the kid, all happy. And all the comments were, "So glad you got your daughter back. You deserve all the happiness." It was like a knife to the gut. They were happy. They were getting their happily ever after. And I was alone. My phone was silent. My social media was dead. No one called. No one texted. My apartment felt empty. And then, I found out why. Someone, I don't know who, but someone leaked it. The anonymous tip. The payphone. The way I described it. Someone connected the dots. Maybe it was one of my old friends who was tired of my BS. Maybe it was someone from Adam's family. I don't know. But the word got out. That I was the one who called CPS. That I made up the story. That I tried to ruin Adam's life because I was jealous. My professional destruction followed. My job. It was vague, like I said. The office. But news travels fast. My boss called me in. Said there were concerns about my judgment and character. They said they couldn't have someone like me representing the company. They let me go. Just like that. After all the effort I put in. All the late nights. Gone. My name was mud. My reputation? Destroyed. People would whisper when I walked by. Strangers would give me dirty looks. It was like everyone knew. I couldn't even go to the grocery store without feeling eyes on me. I lost my apartment. Couldn't pay rent without a job. Had to move back in with my parents. The ultimate humiliation. And they just shake their heads at me. "Savannah, what have you done?" Like it's my fault. It's not. It's everyone else's fault for believing things, for judging me. I tried to reach out to old friends. They just ghosted me. My phone is a brick. My Facebook is a wasteland. I'm completely isolated. Achieved my selfish goals, alright. Now I'm completely lonely. I see Adam sometimes. He looks good. Happy. He's with Brittany, and the kid. They look like a real family. And I'm just, here. Sitting in my childhood bedroom, staring at the ceiling. Do I regret sending that tip? No. I regret how it all played out. I regret that I got caught. I regret that it didn't work the way I wanted it to. But I don't regret trying to get what I thought I deserved. It's their fault for overreacting. It's their fault for judging me. I just wanted to get rid of the girlfriend. Didn't expect CPS to take his kid. That wasn't my intention. And I still don't care anymore. Adam, Brittany, David, my old friends, my old boss, they're all bitches. And they all deserve whatever comes to them. I just hope my luck turns around soon. Because this isn't fair. Not at all.